Hey there, Hofstra fans. Welcome to another episode of Blue and Gold Weekly. I'm your host, Kevin Dexter. It was another busy week in Hofstra athletics as we get closer to postseason play. And for another postseason, the CAA Men's Soccer Championship will be here at Hofstra. The Pride locked up the top seed in the upcoming tournament with a dominant win at Monmouth on Saturday. It was scoreless at halftime, but that is when the Pride turned up the heat. First, it was Gabriel Pacheco off the beautiful feed from Stefano Campisi. Pride jumped out in front. A little over 2 minutes later, it was Laurie Goddard, his 10th goal of the season. Pride doubled up their advantage, and they poured it on from there. Goals from Campisi and Daniel Burko added to the Pride lead. Hofstra rolling by Monmouth for their 7th consecutive win, 4-1. One more regular season game for the Pride. It is here at home on Saturday night against Drexel. The Pride will host the CAA semifinals. That'll be on November the 9th. And if they win that game, the CAA championship game will be here at Hofstra on November 15th. The Pride are, of course, trying to send Richie Nuttall out on a high note with his 5th consecutive CAA championship. Coach Nuttall, of course, stepping aside at the end of the season, while associate head coach Stephen Roche will take over as the program's next head coach. I had a chance to sit down with Coach Roche to talk about this opportunity and learn a little bit more about it. The next head coach of the Hofstra men's soccer program is Stephen Roche, who will be taking over after now a decade here with the program. Will be taking over as the head coach next season. Stephen, thanks for a few minutes. What is the honor been like? How honored are you to be selected to take over this program after 37 years under Richie?
Very proud. Very proud moment for me and my family. As you say, been here for 10 years, and a lot of people who have made this decision, from President Poser to Rick to Jay to Richie himself, trusting me with his program. And then some, I know, incredibly important families, the Healy's and the Dempsters, I know will have had their say. So for all of them to trust me with taking over this team and this program, just very, very proud.
Well, as we said, you've been here for a decade now. Has this season been any different for you, knowing that next year is going to be your show?
No, not really. I think now, like at this time of year, we're very heavily recruiting, but I would be doing that anyway if Richie was staying. So yeah, just we're recruiting for the future always, but the focus is the current season. It's an extra bit of motivation to send Richie out on the highest of highs, but yeah, just it's any other year, and it's going pretty well so far.
Oh, what's it been like, working with Richie, learning from him over the last decade?
It's been amazing. It's been fun, I would say, is the first thought. He makes everyone around him enjoy what they do. He's been very good to me and to Fozzie, especially in terms of our development. He's almost given us the keys and let us run with it while he oversees what we do, and every now and again he might correct something that he doesn't love, but generally he's let us run with it in terms of the players and the style of play. So a lot of our learning has been from mistakes that we've made, which I think is the best way to learn. But just seeing how he deals with people and the connections he has, that's the biggest thing I'll learn from Richie, is to just treat everybody really well and just have a smile on your face as much as possible. What is the biggest piece of advice that he's given you? Or have you not had that conversation yet about taking over? It's not just now that the change is happening. He's always giving us little nuggets of information. I think one thing that Richie's always done well, long before myself and Sean were here, is he's always surrounded himself with great people. And I plan on doing the same. Fozzie's committed to staying, which is huge. Sean is, I'll be the head coach in name, but Sean is just as important for this program. He knows that, the players know that, I think everybody knows that. So surround yourself with great people, which I plan to do, and enjoy coming to work every day, which he absolutely does. So for Hofstra fans who might not know a ton about your background before you got here, what has this journey been like to be here at Hofstra now? Yeah, so this is my 10th year here. I'm from Dublin, Ireland originally, and I moved here 14 years ago now. I was playing in the professional leagues over here. fell in love with America, fell in love with New York. I've been in Long Island for all of those 14 years. As soon as I got here, I never wanted to leave. So essentially, I gave up the pro career to choose to live in New York, and it's the best decision I've ever made. I love living here. I've got a wife and 2 kids now, so very happy in my home life and incredibly proud, like I said, in my professional life as well.
What is your favorite part about Long Island?
Oh, good question. Just there's always something to do. In the summer, it's go to the beach. I'm not a huge go into the city type person, but every now and again it's amazing to go in there around Christmas time. It's great. My kids are getting a little bit older now, so I'm sure I'll be bringing them in to see the tree and things like that. Just always something to do. So many different types of people, so many different cultures, which I think our program embodies as well. It's great to be surrounded by so many different people.
What about here at Hofstra? We hear people say all the time, it's the people, right?
Absolutely.
The same kind of thing. What have you enjoyed the most about being here at Hofstra?
You've said it, the people. The people are so good. Everybody genuinely cares. This year, my family's had a couple of struggles this year, with myself and my wife both having surgeries this year, and honestly, everybody at Hofstra has rallied around us, right from the top all the way down. Everybody genuinely cares about the other people here. It's a really, really enjoyable place to come to work. I love coming to work every day, so really is, I know it's a cliche, but it really is the people here.
Well, you mentioned it earlier that Richie has really empowered you and
Yep.
Sean, over the last several years. Can we expect anything different from a Stephen Roche coach team next year, or is that too early to say?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that needs to be changed. We're gonna lose a big personality. My personality is definitely different from Richie. I think I'm a little bit more serious. He's a little bit more fun. So there will be, of course, some slight changes, but it's all about the players anyway. We try to bring in great soccer players, great students, but most importantly, great people. And that's the best thing that we do, is the type of person we bring in. They're good kids, they work hard, they enjoy being here. So as long as I can keep doing that and Fozzie can assist me in doing that, then we'll be fine.
As we sit here, you guys are down the stretch run of the season, right? Trying to win your 5th straight CAA championship. Can you quantify what makes this program so special and that you guys are in this position year after year?
Again, I think it's the people we bring here. We turn down a lot of talented people who want to play for Hofstra, because we don't quite think they're the right fit. If you look back in our history of players that we would consider legends, the Rock Carlos's, the Pearson Fusos of the world, not superstars coming in here, but just incredible people, work incredibly hard, very coachable. They buy into the Hofstra way, which sometimes we're the underdog. All the time we have to outwork teams. There's no game we show up and we can win with talent alone. We have to outwork teams. So consistently having those players and those people who are willing to do those things, then again, that's the reason we are where we are.
What, in your mind, is the key to getting it done again, getting the job done, finishing out the season strong?
Now, we're in a good spot. We know we've played everybody in our division anyway. I think it's about staying healthy, which we've done a great job with. Just keep the guys motivated, keep them confident. The last couple of results help. We're on a good run. Just staying healthy and keep doing what we're doing. And again, I think we'll be okay.
All right, well, Stephen, thanks for a few minutes. Congrats on the new gig, but before you get there, hopefully you finish out on a high note here this season.
Thank you very much.
And thanks again to Stephen Roche for a few minutes. Well, the Hofstra women's soccer team is also headed to the CAA tournament. They got there in dramatic fashion on Sunday at Stony Brook. First half, no score on the free kick. Millie Davies, perfect placement. Her first goal of the season. Pride jumped on top. Later in the half, Gabriella Marte with the beautiful setup for Matilda Braithwaite. Hofstra taking the 2-0 lead, but after 2 Stony Brook goals tied it, Olivia Pierce was the hero. From way out with just over 11 minutes left, Hofstra rallying for a 3-2 win. And that sets up a rematch in the quarterfinals of the CAA Championship. That game will be Thursday night at Stony Brook. Well, the Hofstra field hockey team is trying to join the two soccer programs in the CAA tournament. They picked up a big win on the road at William & Mary this weekend. It was scoreless in the second quarter when the Pride jumped on top. Kelly Levengood out in front with the finish, her fourth of the season. Pride had the halftime lead. And in the fourth quarter, looking for some insurance, Jamie Lewis had the perfect touch, her sixth goal of the year. Pride won it 2-0, and that sets up a big matchup here at home on Friday afternoon. Pride will take on Towson with a win, giving them a chance to get into the CAA Championship. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Blue and Gold Weekly. We'll be back next week with a brand new edition. Thanks so much for watching, and go Pride.